Hello. Well, here we are. That's what sleep feels like. I slept. I took a salt bath and I slept. It feels wonderful. It's still really early. Looking at the sunshine, I don't know what time it is. I've got my coffee. Letting some people join. Hey, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm feeling a trough between waves, a pause, a moment to integrate before we're slung back out on another cosmic mission. Good morning. Okay. Mahesh, I don't know what's blocking you from your psychic abilities, but a lot of times it is just divine timing. We have a spark in us and it's encoded in our DNA about when it wakes up. So if you're smelling that stuff, it means it's there. And you'll pop open exactly when you're meant to pop open. If you want to pop open sooner, the best thing that I found to do is absorb as much information as I could involving this kind of material. My favorite guru, I say this over and over again, is Dolores Cannon. She wrote 17 books, and she's absolutely amazing. All of the 17 books are written over 45 years of her career in hypnotherapy. QHHT. I am a practitioner of her method, and it's amazing. So bisbeehypnosis.com is my website for that kind of work. But go straight to the source. Dolores' videos are wonderful. It's a great introduction to get you hooked to her messages, her knowledge bank of information, and it's the mother lode. But it's all about the books. And buy paper books. Paper used to be a tree. And the way that your eye stores information with your ocular nerve into your brain is way different than listening to an audiobook. So I highly recommend buying paper books, something you can hold, something tactile, and actually read them. The best thing to do is to say it out loud as you're seeing it with your eyes. Even if there's no one in the room, just read out loud. Saying it out loud and then watching it with your eyes at the same time is very powerful in terms of learning. Well, it's so nice to be with everyone. Thanks for being here. Trough between waves. It's gonna get very active again very soon. Maybe we're being called to pause for this new moon in Scorpio, full moon in Scorpio. Sorry, we just had a new moon in Aries 2 weeks ago. Feels like 6 months ago. And Dolores Cannon, Katie Reiki, Cannon like a boom, Cannon. A lot of people like to read her books in the order that she wrote them. Her first book published was Jesus and the Essenes, and it talks about the Essene Mystery School in Qumran, and where Jesus and Mary Magdalene went to mystery school. Quite incredible. The Convoluted Universe series, there's 5 books. Those are, She says they bend your mind like pretzels. It's all quantum physics and metaphysical stuff that science is just now catching up to 20 years later. It's amazing, her information. You're welcome. Okay, tapping in. Human Collective. We went 3 cards for the highest timeline of the Human Collective energies. What are we moving away from? There we are. Ooh, all the cards just jumped. Okay. Thanks for being here. They want to say something today. What energies are we currently in? Present energies currently in collective human. Collective human. Collective human. Current energies. And what are we moving towards in our highest timeline? Our highest timeline. Well, they are very succinct today. Thank you, cards. Okay. We are moving away from the King of Swords. Good. Good. The King of Swords. Swords are the air sign. We had a lot of swords yesterday. A mental body, logic, intellect, and idea. oftentimes the sword's energy is getting stuck in our mental. We can't be in our body. We can't be present with the physical world around us because we're always spinning these loops. So he knows this, and his overactive brain is keeping him from getting into his heart. So he's like, what do I need to cut away? What cord is still there? He carries cognitive dissonance, 2 yellow faces on his shoulders. Our shoulders are, when we're carrying a heavy burden, we'll have shoulder pain. The body's extremely literal. So he wants to unburden himself from this cognitive dissonance that's weighing him down. He's learned to talk about it, rebirth at the throat chakra. He's getting a lot of intuitive dark blue and yellow information through his crown chakra. His body is stuck in the past, still integrating something, and his consciousness is looking over here. So there's some distance between the head and the body. He wants to move forward, but his body hasn't integrated everything that it needs to move on. When it does, his green feet of rebirth will swing forward from all of the layers of yellow learning that it took to hit the orange, applying this knowledge. He's very royal. He's very affluent. He's very comfortable in his body. His consciousness is in the upper half of the card, which is in the spiritual realm. So what do we need to slice away? This is in the recent past slot. What do we need to cut away for good with finality by grabbing a hold of our spiritual knowledge and applying it into our life? How can we swing the sword and cut whatever is keeping us attached to the past so that we can swing and move forward? He's even got a little yellow dagger. This is his sharp intellect. If this thing comes out of nowhere, he'll stab it with the dagger instead of swinging the sword. So the sword's on the receptive past side of the card because he doesn't know yet what to swing it at. He can smell the monster, but he can't see it. So this makes a lot of sense to me. Do we know where to swing the sword now? Yes, we do. God, this is so amazing. The Sun card. Major Arcanum 9 on the upper octave of the majors. The Sun is occupying the whole top half of the card. Master number 9, idealism, inspiration, and fulfillment. The more waking up, the Sun gives us information. It feeds our DNA information through light-encoded filaments, riding the light waves of the Sun. You can see it raining down knowledge and the inspiration to put it into action upon these 2 figures, which make up the Trinity. This figure is blind. He can't see very well. He still has his animalistic nature. He's still got a bit of his tail. They've shrunk considerably since the Devil card, but he still has a bit of his animalistic nature. This higher aspect is clear. He has clarity in the expression on his face. He has the 3 holy dots of the Trinity, and he's pulling this aspect up, helping the ascension of this other aspect who wants to learn, who's reaching out for help. Crossing the spirit water, a shout out to the moon with the crescent right there, crossing the river of oneness, of spirituality, onto the white pure ground upon which this being stands. New knowledge awaits, a new yellow plant right there. Spirituality, knowledge, and inspiration raining down on the Sun, blessing this union. The Sun is total illumination, enlightenment, literally. The Sun card coming up for the moon. So these readings are going to be pretty intense coming up until Tuesday, when the new moon is. Late Monday, Tuesday, I think. So this in this slot would be humanity waking up to what we need to cut away. Because it's bad out there. The level of naughtiness is really bad. And they can't hide it anymore. So I love this. What's coming next? So far, the only number is number 9 in this reading. And double 10. How perfect is that? This is a very powerful spread. 2 majors, 2 big majors. So after the Sun, we're in sequential order. After the Sun comes judgment. This isn't judgment and punishment. This is judgment and justice tempered with mercy is what judgment is. Justice tempered with mercy is what justice is. That's what's coming. And remember, this is attached to the collective. We have the angels coming from the sun. See how the sun is now behind the angel? So now that we have this, the angels are coming through this enlightenment, through their light blue portal, into the third dimension. Their wings are flesh colored. The rays are still the same, yellow and red, knowledge and the inspiration to put it into action. And he's blowing the third dimensional trumpet. This is the sound of the trumpet, calling forth humanity's higher spiritualized self. In the Pope card, we have root chakra red here at the vortex of her crown. Now it's dark blue. Both the masculine and the feminine. So this would be the masculine, feminine aspects of ourselves individually, in groups, and collectively. This really has nothing to do with the gender of our physical body. The masculine, feminine aspects have both gone through a labyrinth of action that it took. Twists and turns, trying to meet in the middle, and detour, 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 and then boom, they meet in the middle. And as they do, the higher self is being reborn, green, into the physical world, flesh-colored mountain, spiritual-colored mountains before us. This is the rise of the spirit of 5D Earth before it is made manifest 3D. So these are the people being reborn who will physically build new Earth. It's already started, of course. We haven't hit critical mass quite yet, but we will. That's what this card is saying. And it's a double 10. 10 on the upper octave. And of course, 10 is just a portal anyway. So that's really quite amazing. And then the whole reading would be a 9 plus a 1, or a 10, which is 10. So this is in the quantum washing machine, cleansing and spinning us around to spit us out on a whole new cycle of ascension of 1 through 9 on a different rung of our spiral collectively. So all of us, all of you who have been doing this individually, for yourself, we know how hard that is to do. Those going through it now, we know how hard it is to go through this stuff. The masses will be going through it collectively very soon. And it is our duty to help them. We were the way showers and the path forgers and standing on the shoulders of giants, of course. And now is really time for service to others. They're going to need a lot of help, and we're going to be able to provide that help because of the work we've done on ourselves. And because of that work we've done on ourselves, we've influenced the collective, which is why the collective is now ready for what's coming in. And of course, it's written in the stars, beautifully written in the stars. So all eyes on this full moon in Scorpio. And I don't know what the next new moon is in, but that should be interesting. I love Adrienne Elise for astrology. I love the way she explains astrology. I really resonate with her messages. So if you're looking for a wonderful master astrologer to follow, I love the information she gives. She's on YouTube. Adrienne Elise. I love her. Okay, that's our daily spread for today. Thanks for watching and being here. It's really a pleasure for me to connect with everyone. If you want a personal reading, please reach out. I do them a few hours every day. I do personal readings for people, and I'd love to connect with you. Much love. Thank you for being still and breathing and emanating love. I'll be back tomorrow for our daily spread. Tarot by Keith. Hashem.